Hey, what's going on, good people of YouTube? Blue Light Bandit here, and I've got a review for you guys today on the Kenmore Propane Gas Grill. I don't see a model number yet. There's about a 10 or 12 digit number on the owner's manual, but I don't really see a model number anywhere on the grill itself. Matter of fact, this was the only Kenmore that the hardware store had. It was originally $400. And this was on sale for $300. So I went in and picked it up. My old grill was a Brinkman propane, and I had a Weber charcoal that had gave years of service, and it was time to chuck them to the landfill. So that's where they're at now. They had one already assembled that had been sitting outside, and you could tell the stainless steel was had etching from the rain, acid rain. And I didn't really want that one. So I was like, I'll take a new one in the box and I'll just put it together when I get home. And to be honest with you, it took longer to put together than I expected. It's not like it was difficult to put together. It was very time consuming because you literally put the majority of it together. The only thing that I didn't assemble here, these knobs were already on, and the handle of the top of the firebox, and that's it. Everything else I put together. Initial impressions is it's a nice grill. I really like the heavy firebox handles. While putting it together, I was kind of disappointed with the thickness of the lower body down here, cabinet, whatever you want to call it, and the shelves. It's thin sheet metal. I mean, just like probably just about the majority of every other grill is going to be thin sheet metal, but they've got a good paint coating on it, so hopefully there won't be any rust issues. Thick doors. I like the doors and the handles. As you can see, they're thick and got a good weight to them. There's two magnets, there's a set of magnets up at the top and a set down at the bottom. So it closes nicely. It looks like I need to adjust it a little bit, which I don't think it'll probably do any good because it flexes. This whole grill flexes some. But I literally just have got through putting it together. One thing I do like about it is the casters. You've got locking, rolling casters, swivel casters. 3 swivel and 1 standard, but they all lock in place. So if you don't want it to go nowhere, you've got a temperature gauge up on the top, which I wanted. My other one didn't have that. We've also got a sear burner over here, and that is to what the name suggests. You sear your steak, chip, whatever meat on here. You know, it's not really supposed to do that to chicken, I don't believe, but I don't know. I'm not a grill master, but anyway, you grill your steaks over here, and then to lock in the juices, and then put them on the grill to cook. So I'm looking forward to trying this out. We'll see how it does here in just a minute. The instructions that came with this to assemble it could have been better. The pictures that they supplied, you can barely see, and I'll show you right here. Looks like their printer ran out of ink or something, but these pictures don't really do much justice. And I was looking when it would say, you know, when I used the picture for a reference of what they were talking about, I couldn't really see anything. I'm like, this is like useless. And this is to give you an example of what pictures look like. So the instructions could have been a little bit better. I like the way the hardware was packaged. I'll show you, give you an example. All the screws and washers were in this blister pack labeled, so that made things a lot easier. instead of just having them loose in a bag like you would find it, something like come from Harbor Freight or something. So I give them my thumbs up on that deal. There's your model number right there. One thing I thought I was going to have issues with were from the get-go, when it was time to install this support bar back here, I couldn't find it. I literally, had everything unpacked and had already put these panels up and installed them, and I could not find this bar. And I'm like, well, I can make one. That's not that big a deal. It's the weekend, so I can't go get one of these. When, it might be a week, or there's no telling how long it'd be if they ship me one. So there's nothing to it. And I'm like I said, I can make that and be better than what the factory one is. But I found it eventually. I looked everywhere for it, and it was actually inside of, if I'm not mistaken, like one of these shelves. It had bubble wrap, and it was in that groove or whatever. You couldn't see it, and I was like, well, I'll be damned. There it is. So just in case if you buy one of these and you get to looking for that bar, look at your panels. Look at all your panels, because that's where it's going to be at. Get him, killer. Sorry about that, guys. I had unexpected company, and puppy was letting me know somebody was out here. But anyway, I think I got to where the casters, I think we were talking about the casters. There's 3 swivel that lock, and then there's 1 standard. Have just literally just got this put together, like I said. Gave it a thumbs down on the instructions. And if you go want to put one of these together, you're not going to get it done in an hour or two, unless you're Speedy Gonzalez or something, or this is your thing. You put these together, and I know you don't have to read the instructions, but I laid everything out and read the instructions step by step, so it took me quite a while to do it. But I would rather have done that, and that way I know the grill inside and out. I know where every screw's at. If I have to replace something, I know how the ignition system is, and I just I'd rather done it that way, to be honest, instead of having one that's been sitting out in the rain already, and you don't know how it was put together. Speaking of that, I'm going to gig them on this. I had a hell of a time with breaking loose the screws on the searing burner. You can see there where I chewed up the head. These screws come pre-installed not on this, it was loose and you have to unpack it. And these screws were in the holes of the valve. This screw came out easy. That screw, they torqued the hell out of it, and I like to never have gotten that broke loose. I was almost ready to go to extreme measures and destroy the screw and just use one of my screws downstairs or something. But that wasn't the only one. There was another screw somewhere that was Gorilla tightened, and I'm assuming they use air or pneumatic drills or whatever to put a lot of this stuff on, and that one just got torqued down like crazy for some reason. Anyway, see if there's anything else I can think of. I can't really think of anything. We're getting ready to go fire it up, and I'll give you that reminds me of something else I was going to give them a little ding on. When the lid closes, it doesn't close all the way down. There's kind of like a little gap right there, which is not a big issue. I'm just saying, being honest. And that sound you hear is the pins that hold the lid on. You can't tighten them. I already checked because it was bothering me. I'll show you. See how that's loose? It looks like a screw. You could tighten it up, but you can't. There's a cotter pin on the back side. right there. So you can't tighten it. So that's what that rattling noise is. So anyway, I'm about ready to go throw some steaks on this bad boy. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you or issues that I had. I don't think I had any more other than those screws being locked. The screws and the instructions were the biggest thing. Another little thing I was going to gig them on was this rubber gasket that goes around this to protect the hose. It's going to eventually come off. I can put a little glue or adhesive there to keep that from coming off, but I was just going to mention that. One other thing that I do like is this tank holder. My other one didn't have, and it basically just slides right over the tank and holds it in place, so you can move the grill without it jostling around. The thing I forgot to do is season the grates. I'm going to do that right now. Just in case anybody didn't know what this is, this chain and little bar is, that's actually a match holder in case your igniter goes out. You don't, this is the safe way to do it. That's actually like a little keychain, and you spread it apart, put your match in there, and there's a hole on the side of the firebox on the same side this chain's on. And after you turn your gas on, you just stick this match holder through there with your match, and voila, that's what that's for. My wife didn't realize what that was, so I just thought I'd mention it. Thing I forgot to do is we're going to have to season the grates, and basically what you do is wash them with hot water first, and after you dry them, you coat them with a non-stick spray or vegetable oil, either one. And then we got to heat it up slowly to about 350-400 degrees and let that do its thing for about an hour. So I'm disappointed. I'm ready to eat. Let's see if the gas is on. It's the main burner, ignition burner. Right, we've got ignition. Put all these, make sure we got a good flame down there going. Let's see this one high. Turn these other ones on. And the last one. Oh yeah. Now we just gotta let her get up to the appropriate temperature and let it do its thing. Be back in a few. It's gotten dark on me. All the burners, all four burners, was just above low. Right there's low, and I had it turned just that much. Each one of them was like that. And it's been holding consistently at 400 degrees. And it is almost time to throw some meat on, son. This is what's getting ready to get slung on the grill. It's four about 1 inch thick New York strips. Boy, it looks good, son. One thing I'm kind of missing right now is a place to hang my tongs or spatula, you know, any type of cooking utensils or anything. There's nothing. This would be a good spot for it on this fascia, front fascia of this shelf. If I hang it on the handles, that's going to scratch that enamel, black enamel paint or coating, whatever it is. But it'd be nice if there was something on this front fascia. Could look at that. Check out that searing burner while we're waiting. That is crazy hot. Throw one of these on. Wow. Yeah, I would say that would do the job. Didn't leave it on there long enough. Should have put grill spray on it too. Well, it did. Oh, it's gonna melt my phone. Yeah, I should have put spray on it first. It smells so good, fuzzy. I'm gonna put me some grilling spray on there, see if that helps out with the marks. There's plenty enough heat, that's for sure. I'm not sure how long to leave these on. This is trial by error. Take some time to figure it out, I guess. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever used one of these things. That up there, I'm gonna put them all on at one time, that way they all should cook evenly. Okay, done the searing, or attempted it anyway. That one turned out good. It would look a lot better. It's just we're out here in the dark, got poor lighting. But just to give you an idea of how much grilling room you got, there's those 4 big New York strips, and there's plenty of room for more stuff. Didn't even use the left side over here, and got plenty more room over here. So I'm gonna close the lid and let these babies cook. There's the end result, folks. There's a learning curve with the searing marks. I'll get better as time goes on, but those were the first ones I did, and those were the ones I left on a little bit longer. So anyhow, I'll give the Kenmore grill a thumbs up. And I've talked about that thing enough. It's time to eat. This is just my helping right here. Now I've got to fix other people something to eat. Y'all have a good one. See ya. Thanks.